think when she was like 12, she was already doing like background vocals for like people that her mom knew and like stuff like that. So she was already like been in recording studios from like a super young age.
Yeah, for jingles, for commercials, for like young bands that were coming up. She would do singing background vocals with them too.
Yeah.
And then she wanted to start getting into songwriting too with them, and they were like, "What, are you kidding me? Just sing the vocals, toots."
She's like, "No, I'm gonna do what I want." And next thing you know, now she's only like 15, and like she's like demo singer. She's singing demos for people. She's doing all this shit, and she was spending so much time working on music things that she was barely even in school.
Right.
And her classmates gave her a nickname.
Yes, it was a nickname,
which I think is a dope ass nickname.
That's very young high school, right? Like that witty humor. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, they called her Mirage because they never saw her, and that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, like I would like that nickname.
Yeah,
I'd
me
be
too.
like, yeah, I'm the Mirage, Mariah the Mirage. That's me.
I'm sure she found it funny, and like that really, she excelled at only one subject, which was creative writing. Mm-hmm. Surprise. I don't know how you couldn't excel at math, Mariah. You have millions of fans and dozens of awards. How?
How did you not get into engineering? That's really the question. You should have been an aerospace engineer, okay? But so she did graduate, even though she was never there. Yeah. So she graduated high school. It was like, I'm going to Manhattan. I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get into music.
Yeah.
So her brother was a personal trainer.
Right.
Who already had like a few, he wasn't super connected with like the music industry necessarily, but he knew a lot of people just, from training people.
Yeah. And you got to think around like, let's say like the 80s, the personal training boom didn't really happen like that yet, where everybody's got a trainer. So it was kind of like an exclusive thing, I'm thinking. Like, you know what I mean?
Interesting. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah. Because now your average Joe has a trainer, but like a personal trainer for the celebrities, if you're really good, many people are definitely going to use you, so you're definitely going to know a lot of people.
Right. That makes sense. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, back in the day, it's like if you had a personal trainer, like, oh,
yeah,
look at you. So Mariah went and moved to the Upper West Side.
Yep.
Where apparently she was living in a one bedroom with like 3 other girls.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And she was meeting people through her brother, who introduced her to, I can't remember what his name was, but he was a songwriter.
Yeah, I think it's Valentine is his last name.
Something like that. Y'all tell us in the comments what we screwed up. Thanks.
I see his face right now. He had brown, short hair.
Yeah.
Shortish, longish.
But they got introduced and they started writing songs together.
Yeah.
Because again, Mariah was just a songbird.
Uh-huh.
And she already had that. And then he came in and met her and was like, oh shit, she's really good. Mm-hmm. And then they just started working on songs together. And they started working on like some demos for her,
right?
Stuff like that, which is really funny. I'll bring up something about the demo later, but it was clearly like, they were working on the production, the songwriting themselves. Mariah was always very involved with the production of it, and with the songwriting, and then obviously the singing. And she has an amazing voice. Mm-hmm. Y'all, you didn't need us to say that, but her voice is crazy. Like,
yeah.
We'll definitely talk about that more. But
undeniably beautiful voice.
Who was the singer? I can't remember now. I feel dumb. Who the songwriting partner introduced her to, who brought her to the party?
That's Brenda K. Starr. And she did have, I remember hearing that song on the radio as like a baby, the one that Mariah did over I Still Believe. So I feel like I was like a tiny tot experiencing Mariah while I was not experiencing Mariah.
The Mariah experience.
But yeah, Brenda K. Starr was a hot like pop star, kind of freestyle music, ballads, stuff like that, that would play on the radio. That's kind of right up Mariah's alley. I could see her totally being a backup singer to that particular artist. Yeah.
Funny story about that. So she came in to sing some backups for her.
Yeah.
And, Mariah did her thing, and Brenda was like, you trying to take my job? What is this?
And then she punches Mariah in the gut.
Yeah, and then she walked away. No, she walked back. She walked away, and then she walked back and said, okay, I'm keeping you with me.
Yeah, she said, on the second thought, I don't want to beat you up. Which is like a testament to like really cool, like, sisterhood, brotherhood, family in the music industry.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not every day that you find an artist that's like hearing another song or another singer and is like, wow, she's amazing, I gotta introduce her to so and so. Usually it's like, I gotta get rid of this girl fast. Like,
I was gonna say it could be, and this is something I'll talk about more a little later, it could have been super easy for her to just be very jealous of Mariah.
Yep.
Because if you are a jealous person, honestly Mariah would be an easy person to hate on.
Yeah.
Because it's like It's like there's no reason that she should be that beautiful and that talented all in the same body.
It's
like,
just unfair.
Like Mariah is a example of life being unfair. She has all that talent and all of that just in one package. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like she would be an easy person to hate on if you were prone to jealousy.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Brenda was not that person.
No.
She was like, I like you. I want to stick around you.
Yeah.
You know, so she takes her around and she brings her to some industry events, some industry parties.
Yep. The big suits are there. They're cigaring. They're brandy Alexandering. You know.
They're scotching.
Yeah. They're doing it all.
And there was one executive at one of these parties.
Yeah.
By the name of Tommy Mottola.
Yeah. She Brenda tries to talk to kind of three guys that are standing together.
Yeah.
And Tommy, tough guy Tommy, we'll call
She
him.
goes to hand the tape, right? To
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah.
And Tommy's like, that's mine.
Exactly.
And so apparently Tommy had the tape. He was the president of Sony.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten promoted, I believe, to be the president of Sony.
Yeah. Which is, congratulations, Tommy. You're a young guy doing all of that. Yeah.
So he has the tape. And on the way out of the party, he's listening to the tape. And he says to his driver, holy shit, turn around. We got to go back.
Oh, yep.
This girl is insane.
Yeah.
So he goes back and Mariah was already gone.
He found her slipper. He found her glass slipper.
And then he was running all around Manhattan. Where is the magic slipper? Somebody bring me to the magic slipper. All the way from Washington Heights to the Battery Park. He was looking for the magic slipper. And eventually he found it. Mm-hmm. And he made an offer to sign Mariah.
Yes.
At the same time, there were some other people offering
She had
to sign
another
Mariah.
deal on the table.
So what do? You start a bidding war.
That's what you do.
And again, Mariah's only like 18, 19 at this point.
Yep.
And it's just like, whoa, you're offering me like whatever, like $350,000 for a contract? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Is this really happening?
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. So Tommy won the bidding war.
Yeah.
He outbid the other person by like 50,000 or something.
Yes. Yeah. I think it was 350.
Right. And then, so she signs with him at Sony.
Yeah.
And immediately he's very, so I was watching a documentary and I don't know if they meant this as a joke, but they were like, yeah, Tommy was immediately like very hands-on. And I was just like, did you mean to say that? I don't know if you really did, but he was very involved with like the beginning of like her career and like her album, as far as like the production of it, like what he wanted the song to sound like. He was kind of controlling about the sound in the albums.
Yeah, he was protecting his investment on Overdrive. Like,
yes.
You know?
And again, Mariah was the first artist that he signed as the president of the label.
Yeah.
So not only was he like, obviously I want to recoup my investment, but he was like, I still have shit to prove.
Definitely.
You know, he wasn't like, big time guy. I mean, obviously he was big time because he was at the top, but it's like, I'm brand new to this. Like, I still got to prove to everybody around that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And kudos to him. Well, it's obvious why he became the president and CEO, because the way he helped do those songs, even though Mariah says that her versions she felt are better than what ended up coming out to the public, those songs are amazingly done.
Yeah.
Yeah, she found them to be overproduced.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's how you know Mariah's a real one, because she was talking about that. She was like, yeah, honestly, I thought my demo was better than some of this shit on the album, but, it's in the past.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Let her know how you really feel.
Yeah. He even controlled like the videos and stuff too, which I definitely have to say. Vision of Love, even as a child, I remember loving the song, like absolutely loving it. But thinking this video is so boring. Like, I would turn the channel, because the song was on the radio all the time, so you couldn't miss it.
Yeah.
But when the video came on, it was just like, let's see what else is on. Like,
oh, damn. Sorry, Mariah.
No.
Sorry, Tommy.
Mariah knows. She was like in a turtleneck, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Tommy was like, you don't show any fucking skin.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Because were they like involved romantically yet at this point? I don't know what the timeline of that is.
Not yet. I mean, when you like somebody, especially if you're an older guy, you're like 20 years older than a girl, if you like them, you're already setting the wheels kind of in motion. So I kind of want to say he was kind of courting her anyway, like grooming her to be his girlfriend in a way where it's like, I just got to get her in a certain mindset. So when I finally get my mitts on her, she knows what to do.
Yeah, and he was like recently divorced and shit. So he was out there. So yeah, the first album comes out and it does super well.
Oh yeah.
And she gets working on a second album. And again, Tommy is still really like controlling
I know
the sound and the whole, all of it.
Yeah, because she's winning awards already, and he's still like, no, I still got to control this. You're not good enough.
Yeah, and around this time they start getting, you know, romantically involved.
Yeah.
And that's another reason, like I said earlier, like I could see how some people it's easy to hate on her. I could see how some people, if they didn't understand the talent, would just be like, oh, look at her just trying to sleep her way to the top, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they were like, she's found a new exec and he's going to bankroll her like princess lifestyle.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it doesn't matter who you're hooking up with. If you don't have the talent, the people are not going to fuck with you.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter who's pushing you. If you don't have the stuff, you're not going to sell.
Yeah. She got a lot of criticism. Some people were saying, like, well, is she really talented or does she just know how to sing well?
Interesting.
You know, is she a technician or a singer?
Well, the other thing is that she wasn't really like touring at this time because she had like a lot of stage fright, and just the vocal prowess of these fucking songs is crazy. And she was like, if I'm doing a performance, like I gotta like not talk for days, I gotta completely rest my voice, blah blah blah. So she wasn't really doing a lot of shows. So people were trying to be like, oh, is she just like a studio singer? Can she not really do this? Blah 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 blah. Because, you know, after the first two albums, she's huge. She's at #1 singles. She's winning awards, you know, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So what she does is she goes on MTV Unplugged.
Yes.
Which, it kind of sucks that kind of thing doesn't really exist anymore.
That was the most awesome thing, MTV Unplugged. I mean, they made albums out of those after a while. Like Nirvana had one. Jodeci had one. Mary J. Blige as well. Eric Clapton just...
Who? I've never heard of him. Can you tell me about him?
He's a new singer. He was relatively a new singer at that time.
Harmonica?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. And the banjo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And Eric Clapton debuted his like, you know, soft unplugged version of Layla, which is like that was the first time I had heard Layla. So I didn't even know it as the rock and roll version, but you got to see a lot of great things on MTV Unplugged.
Well, even Mariah released her, the EP was released from that show. I guess that was Tommy's decision. I don't fucking know. But yeah, they released that also because that was proving they were like, no, she can really do this.
Yeah.
This is not like just a studio thing. Like, look at this.
Yeah. And just to show how great she is, it's like a day before that Unplugged performance, they were like, well, we want you to do a cover song. And she was just like, she didn't know what to do. And then she just decided to do I'll Be There by the Jackson 5. So she prepped that like a day and a half before. And that's like such a beautiful version. It's unreal.